see you, okay? No. No. Thank you. Your birthday?
Welcome to the GNAC Network for a game with foggy conditions, perhaps reminiscent of the Fog Bowl in 1988 between the Chicago Bears and Philadelphia Eagles. This time we will be playing the other type of football between the Simon Fraser Red Leafs and Western Oregon. The Wolves are fresh off of a loss here to Western Washington 3-0. Despite that, they're having a very successful season, being 7-2-1 overall. 2-1 in conference play. Red Leafs fresh off their first home game of the season, in which they won here on Thursday against St. Martin's 2-1. Simon Fraser with the ball here. Losing that. Western Oregon heading the other way. Ball was played out there. Ball thrown in. And ball played just to the side of the net there, out for a goal kick. Ball played the other way. And knocked out there by Salona. Now here's Simpson with it. Sherwood playing that back. Pass a little long. Goes out of bounds here for a throw-in. Throw-in intercepted there. Here are the Red Leafs. Sherwood tried to put that back to Caravata. That was just a little too long, and Western Oregon will repossess and throw that back. Ball's played out, and folks, as difficult as it is for you to see on the stream here, it is just as difficult for me. So I am going to do everything within my power to tell you what's going on, but it is very hard to see past midfield currently for me. Ball's played far side here. Team's battling for it. Sherwood the other way, some speed down the right wing. Sherwood crosses that. Beautiful pass on, and that goes just wide. Good opportunity there for SFU to get on the board. I believe that was Sarah Caravata with the opportunity. First good chance of this game. Western Oregon moves that ball upfield. And it looks like that ball went out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick here for Sarah Lowen. Riley's try a long ball, that's intercepted there. Good play by Leah Hughley. Western Oregon with it off to the right wing, trying to find some space. And looks like that ball deflected out of play and will be a corner. Ball played to the near post and batted up in the air, and Sarah Lowen will snatch that and then roll that on. Here's a chance for a break for SFU. There's Sherwood chipping it through. Sherwood with a bit of space. And just a bit far, we'll play that out of bounds. And we can now see the field. Ball batted around here. Here's Caravata. Lost control of that one. Western Oregon gives it right back to SFU. Nice little give and go play. Napier Ganley. A little bit of a miscommunication there. A little long. Looking for a teammate out for a goal kick. Western Oregon moves the ball along the right wing, and that pass too far out for a throw-in for SFU. Stand corrected, that is off of SFU, throw-in for the Wolves. Rose will throw it in here. Rose gets it back. Being pressured by Sherwood. Ball went off of Rose. It'll be Simon Fraser's ball here on the throw. Simpson will throw it in. Simpson to Caravata. Tried to find Sherwood streaking down that right wing there, just a little long. Out again for a throw. Again looking for Caravata, just a little off. Now here's a long ball, here's a step. On the attack is Western Oregon. Ball played right onto Lowen. No trouble with that one. She'll roll that on quickly to Ganley. Now here's Simpson. Sherwood turns that one over. Twice to get the ball back and forces a turnover to Simpson there. Simpson looking for some space. Now here's Clark. Up the wing to Beaudry. Beaudry. On to the middle. Nice little move and excellent defense there. Jada Foster getting back to take that one away. Battle for the ball here. Western Oregon comes away with it. Just over 10 minutes into this one, and we can all see clearly now fog has gone. Here's Kiara Scott. On to Clark. Clark will go long, and that ball took a SFU bounce over Rose's head, and Sherwood battles for the ball. Played out and will be in SFU's position. Or actually, scratch that. Challenge. A little bit too physical by Sherwood there. Be a free kick here for the Wolves. Ball play off of Faribault. Rose again will throw it in. Battle for it on the sideline. Sherwood comes up with it and gets that to Simpson. Here's Simpson. Back to the middle to Clark. Clark under pressure makes a nice pass to Sherwood. Now Fairmount tried to corral that, had that go just far, but she'll be back on it here in the corner. Fairmount one-on-one. Puts that into the middle of the field, and that's cleared away for now by Western Oregon. Battle for the ball and a collision there between, looked like Simpson and Beavers. Both look to be okay. And now, very smart play there by LaFontaine, playing that off of Western Oregon and out, so it's a goal kick instead of a corner. Kiara Scott will throw it in now for SFU. Thrown in, battled for, cleared away for now, but back in SFU's possession. Here's Clark. Caravata back to Clark. On the left wing for Scott. Good battle there, won by Western Oregon and cleared out of bounds. Another throw in here. Beaudry will throw it in. Ganley. Try to get that back to Scott, who looks like she got kicked in the shin, but looks to be okay. Now here's Caravata, trying to head that to a teammate again, taken away. Ball played off Beaudry. And challenge there not liked by the official. Free kick here again for Western Oregon.
I went on Sunday too.
Free kick knocked away there. Now great play by Sarah Caravata. There's some space here. Caravata on to Sherwood, who's onside. Here's Sherwood with a chance, and getting back is Rose. Sherwood looked like she had a clear path to the net. Lauren Rose with an excellent job to get back and take that away. Caravata, nice little touch pass. Here's Faramo trying to break through. Faramo closed off again. SFU just one step away twice in a row there from an excellent scoring opportunity. Ball batted around in the box and cleared past midfield here. Ev LaFontaine will grab that and recollect things. Should put that back to Lowen. Just long for Simpson, and Rose will let that roll out of bounds.
There will be a substitution coming into the game, number 10. Kira Benedetto going in for number 9 and catches her second.
De Benedetto in here for Western Oregon on the substitution. Turchek out. Here's Kiera Scott. Kiera Scott inside. Back out. Scott with some space, tried to play that on, and again, last second, the back line of Western Oregon doing a wonderful job getting in passing lanes and taking away opportunities. Ball did go out for a corner. Napier Ganley will take it. .27-12 to go here in the first half. All played onto the middle of the box, and that was headed away by Western Oregon out of play. Simpson will throw it back in for the Red Leafs. She does the LaFontaine. Sherwood, nice little touch pass here. Simpson with some space on the right wing. Simpson tried to play that into the box again, and Rose was in the way once more. Be out for another throw-in. Napier Ganley throws that in, missed everyone, and now taken down in the box. No call? Kiera Scott a little slow to get to her feet after that challenge. Now here's LaFontaine. Sherwood. On to Simpson joining the attack. Simpson again. Simpson recollects, tries to put that on to Sherwood. It was knocked away. Job by Olivia Boger getting back. Kate Smith with it. Nice little touch pass by Caravata onto Scott, and just a little behind, had to corral that and was caught from behind. Red Leafs really controlling possession here. Have been very close to grade A chances. Ball played all the way downfield to Sarah Lowen. Play that to Smith, get a return pass. Now Lowen will go long. Rose got in the way of that, but the ball bounces right back to Simpson. Here's Clark. Caravata. Pass again, cut off, but goes right back to Simpson. Here's Simpson. Sherwood. Goes back to Smith. Here's Beaudry. Beaudry cuts to the middle. Beaudry with a drive at goal and just off. Too long there.
Substitution being made into the game number 21, Anna Smith. Going in for number 11, Allie Hubert.
Ball turned over. Here's a chance for Caravata with a step. Caravata scores! What an effort by Sarah Caravata, and SFU is up 1-0. It looked like the pass was too long for Caravata, who was sandwiched between two defenders, but she breaks through. Splitting both of them, out-muscling them to the ball, and makes no mistake. Putting that one past Salanoa. You could feel that one coming. SFU was dictating possession and were so close to breaking through. Now they have their lead. Caravata's second of the season. Against St. Martin's on Thursday, she had multiple opportunities and just was a little snake bitten. We'll be happy to get back on the score sheet today. Now foul called on SFU, as looks like Napier Ganley pushed off. Free kick here for Western Oregon. Battle for the ball here. Beaudry trips. Western Oregon gets on it. Ball played to the middle, chipped into the box, headed, and just wide of the net. Boger almost had some room there. That was a good attempt to get her in alone. And now the fog is starting to roll back in. Here's SFU down the left wing. Ball played back and cleared out of danger just in time. But now the Red Leafs are back on it. Here's Simpson. Simpson with some room. Caravata, just off her foot. Red Leafs get it back. LaFontaine, nice little pass. Now here's Clark. Clark on it to the middle of the field. Here's Clark. Trying to get that back to Kiera Scott, but played out of bounds.
Substitution coming into the game number 18, Lexi Locke, going in for number 20, Olivia Boger.
Ball knocked around here by both teams. Faramo's going to come up with it for the Red Leafs. Faramo was out-muscled for the ball there and played it out of bounds on her own. SFU doing an excellent job taking away any crosses or long balls. Just their back line and midfield have just been excellent to take those away and put the ball back in transition. There's another turnover force. Faramo to Beaudry. Beaudry down the left wing. Clark. Throws that back. Ball played to Caravata, just a little long. Now Western Oregon comes away with it. Here they are looking for their first good opportunity of the night. Played to the net, and again Simpson clears it out, and then Sherwood clears it out of play to stop the chance altogether. Rose will throw in. Here's Rose. Playing that to the middle again, taken away by Faramo. She plays that long. Foster on it. Back the other way. That's turned over now. Sherwood has some space. Red Leafs have numbers. Here's Sherwood on the right wing. Sherwood tries to put that to the middle, and getting back was Leia Hughley. Western Oregon the other way. And Beavers played that a little bit too long. Ball's just past the back line for another goal kick.
SFU substitution coming into the game, number 16, Caitlin Magdonsky, going in for number 10. This is your name away.
Simpson, nice little move to get 3. Plays that to Clark. Back to Lowen. Calmly plays that to Smith. On to Beaudry, a little back heel intercept there. Or at least get it back. Played to the middle of the field. Magdalinsky. Lost control of that one. Western Oregon back on it. And again, ball played too long. Another goal kick for Lowen here.
That's an early substitution coming into the game, number 2, Kaya Morgan Eagles, going in for number 1, Lauren Rose.
Jorge Peoples in for Rose here. Rose taking a quick break. She's been very good today. On the back end for the Wolves. All played back and forth here, and dangerous play by LaFontaine there, playing that to Lowen, but it works. Now here's Clark. Ball played to the middle again, intercepted, and again a little long. Sarah Lowen will just cover that and roll that on to Clark. Now here's Simpson. Playing that back to LaFontaine. Intercepted Western Oregon with a chance, and Smith comes to the rescue to clear that out of trouble. And now a long strike, and that's going to go in. Excellent shot, and we are tied up here at 1.
That's an early goal, number 2 of the season, scored by number 7, CC Garcia.
CC Garcia. The one to put that in. Excellent shot, and looked like Lowen wasn't expecting her to shoot from that distance, but you see why she was confident in shooting from that far out. Great shot to the far left corner. And we're all knotted up here with just 12:29 to go in the first half. Here's LaFontaine. On to Clark. Cleared to the wing. attempt here, and free kick here for SFU. Clark draws the foul. Here's Clark on the free kick, directing traffic. Clark placed that into the box to Caravada, just a little bit long. Ball batted around and cleared out. Right back to Sherwood. Sherwood plays that again into the box and a little bit long once again. Will roll on harmlessly. Salanoa. Salanoa will drive that to midfield. Ball batted around. Good play by Simpson to get back, and I'm going to call her for a foul there, and prime opportunity here for Western Oregon. Western Oregon talking about how they're going to take this free kick in prime territory. It's a fake shot on. What a save by Lowen. Kaylin Taylor trying to go to that bottom corner again. Lowen up to the task this time. Athletic save by the keeper.
Western Oregon substitutions coming in number 6, going in for number 10. Here at the substitution coming in number 12, Aubrey going in for number 21, Al Smith.
SFU comes away with that. Here's Magdalinski. Try to put that on to Scott. Getting cleared away. It's Western Oregon the other way on the attack. Playing that into the box, cleared away by LaFontaine. Battle won there by Elise Beaudry. Sorry, that was Kira Scott, rather. My correction. Kira Scott having a good game so far for the Red Leafs, has had a couple of opportunities to break free. He's been winning battles for the ball all game. Oh, it's that ball played off an official. Not the kind of appreciation they're looking for on Referee Appreciation Week. Little give and go play here. Sherwood puts it back to Magdalensky and too far.
Simon Berger's substitution coming into the game, number 18, Chelsea Crock, going in for number 9, Gary Scott.
Kira Scott out, Chelsea Crock in for the Red Leafs. And I can barely see the scoreboard, but I believe it says 5:57 to go. Now here's the break for Western Oregon. And falling down with a break to the net. Unfortunate for Western Oregon. Crock plays that on to Magdalensky. She'll play that out of bounds on her own. This momentum carried her out. Now here's Magdalensky. Fighting off multiple defenders and tad too aggressive there. Free kick here off of that foul. Hugely will take it. Play that field wide. Now here's Simpson. Simpson plays that out of bounds, looking for Sherwood. Throw in here for the Wolves. And ball played on harmlessly there to Lowen. She'll roll that on to Vaudry. Ball was intercepted, and here comes Western Oregon the other way. Lowen will play that long. Here's Sherwood. Carvada. Pass to space for Sherwood. And tried to play that to Crock, and a heads-up play to knock that away. Here's LaFontaine. Back to Smith. Smith goes long, looking for Caravata. She missed that, but it almost led to Sherwood, who would have had a step. And Sherwood will play that ball out of bounds.
Oregon substitution coming in the game, number 15, Natalie Fish. Going in for number 26, Caitlin Taylor.
.213 to go here in half number one. Smith with it. Simpson. Here's Crock. Back to Faramo. Back to LaFontaine as the Red Leafs regroup here, look to attack in the final minutes. Ball played long and just out of reach for Magdalinsky. Selenoa will boot that one past midfield. An attempt at goal from far away. Played far and out of bounds. We got 1 minute left here in half number one. Sarah Lowen will push her team forward as they have likely only one opportunity here left in the half to strike. Ball played just short of midfield. Caravata's going to come up with it. She's going to go long to Sherwood, who has some space. And she'll be met just in time by Salanoa, who beat her to the ball there. Would have been in alone. Great anticipation by the Wolves keeper there. Ball played out of bounds there, and with just 5 to go, that's going to do it for half number one. Teams battling each other and a little bit of fog. Things starting to clear up slightly at the end of that first half. Thankfully, because we have a good game on our hands. SFU and Western Oregon all knotted up at 1 after half number one. We will be back in about 15 minutes here to bring you half number two. You'll see who comes up on top when we are back here on GNAC Network.
Commissioners Association and Athletics Directors Association, GNAC, Western Oregon University, and SFU, which will recognize a very important part of today's game as part of Division II Officials Appreciation Week. Often overlooked and underappreciated is the amount of time, effort, and dedication our officials give back to support the sport and our student athletes. Their commitment to safe, fair, and competitive contests is a critical part of the student athlete experience. D2, CCA, D2, EDA, GNAC, Western Oregon, and SFU ask that you join us in showing appreciation for their support of our student athletes in today's game by thanking them with a warm round of applause from all of our officials. Thank you for all that you do.
Welcome back to the GNAC Network for the second half in this game at Terry Fox Field. It is a foggy and unclear one up on the hill here between the Simon Fraser Red Leafs and the Western Oregon University Wolves. Game is all tied up at 1. And we are underway here in the second half. Even game so far from both teams. This is bound to be a good one. Here's Western Oregon. Turning the ball over, SFU with it. Western Oregon grabs it right back. Ball played onto the middle of the field. Good tackle there by Eve LaFontaine. Taking that away. And Western Oregon regrouping here. Throw that to the far side of the field. And a tackle there, referee did not like. It looks like he flashed a yellow card again. Fog has rolled in, and it is very difficult to see at the far side of the field there. There'll be a free kick here for the Wolves. on. Played to the middle of the box, batted around, and out of play for a goal kick. And a dangerous pass there by Sarah Lowe and almost intercepted, but it did get through. Now ball played into the box. Here's a good chance, and Elise Beaudry gets back. Ball still batted around and eventually played to the edge of the box there. Play whistled down. SFU will have a free kick. Kate Smith will take it. She'll drive that to Caravada. Nice little touch pass on. Here are the Red Leafs on the attack, and just as they got going, Western Oregon took it back away. Lowen plays that long, and that'll roll all the way onto goal. Salanoa will corral that with ease. Look to put it the other way here. Now here's Simpson trying to send that long. Play that down the right wing. Goes out of bounds. Will be a throw in here for Western Oregon. Western Oregon on the attack. Here's Smith. And played whistled down again. Played a little long there. Be out for another throw for Western Oregon. Here's Faramel. Spinning. Gets that to Caravada. Nice little move to get free. And flag is up there as Caravada passed to a teammate who was behind. That'll be offside. The Red Leafs. Here's Scott. And Beaudry tried a little give and go there with Scott, but Western Oregon was strong to the task there, reading that one well. Ball on the far side. SFU comes up with it. Here's Clark. Going long to Scott. Pass over her foot. Well, she'll chase it down here on the left wing. Here's Scott playing that into the box, and that was deflected out of danger. Ball went off of the Wolves, so will be a throw-in. SFU with possession here, deep in Wolves territory. Here's Caravata. Battling, and the Wolves come up with that again. Here they are on the counter. Trying to push that forward, but Yves LaFontaine snuffs that one out and just throws that back to Lowen. Now that ball is cleared into the fog to the far side of the field. Ball out of bounds there for a throw. Mother Nature not cooperating in this one. Fog completely rolling in amidst a very good game between these two teams. Ball played into the box, headed around. Clark will clear that out of danger. Ball will roll on and out of bounds. Scott will throw in for the Red Leafs. They'll go fast. Here's Caravata. Back to Beaudry. Caravata battling and couldn't poke that one free. Tie up for the ball at midfield. Western Oregon comes away with it. Here they come on the attack. Down the left wing. Tried to play that to teammate, and it was deflected, went out of bounds. Here's Scott trying to play that one on to Beaudry. That was closed off. Fontaine to Simpson. Simpson working her way upfield. Nice little move to get free. Simpson. Played that to a teammate, but too far and out of bounds. Here's Lowen to the wing for Beaudry. Play that up to Scott. Now to Caravata. Far side. Here's some space for the Red Leafs as they attack. Ball played off. Played in and it's in! Red Leafs take the lead. It's 2-1. Put that one in to give Simon Fraser the lead. And with 32 to go here in this match, SFU is back in the lead.
Red Leafs goal! First 7 of the season scored by number 9.
Kiara Scott and Caden Sherwood combo. Scott's 7th of the year, and that is Sherwood's 7th assist of the year. Dynamic duo has been striking early and often for this team this season. Here's the Clark. Playing that one out of bounds. The back line for a goal kick. Smith will come to the rescue and play that one out of bounds. Beavers will throw in. And ball played out of bounds there by Western Oregon. Throw in for the Red Leafs.
Substitution coming into the game number 20, Olivia Booker. Going in for number 18, Lexi Love.
Played back to Lowen. Red Leafs look to be working their way towards goal. Looks like a corner kick coming up. And they score again. Off the corner kick. SFU has extended their lead to 2. Clark played that one on a corner. An own goal. That hits Alanoa. Box and cleared out for now. And they did get a shot off there that Lowen stopped.
Bringing news from the Alabama Gators on the SFU Red Leafs goal. Cheated off the corner on number 6, Alyssa Clark. Substitution coming into the game, number 9, Katya Trusa. Going in for number 7, Cece Garcia. As a deep substitution today, coming into the game, number 16, Nicola McDonald's. Going in for number 9, Taylor Scott.
Ball rolls on to Lowen there. Ball played off Caravata and out. Looks like Sherwood was fouled there. Play blown down. Free kick here for SFU. Free kick for the Red Leafs. Ball played into the box. Here's a chance here, and that shot was blocked. Kate Smith had a chance to go for a goal. And very suddenly, fog is cleared, and we can see the field again. Just like that. played into the box. Misjudged by Lowen, but cleared out of trouble by Ganley. Almost a dangerous opportunity for the Wolves. They still have possession, though. They play that again into the box, and Ev LaFontaine clears that. Ball cleared to the left sideline. Magdalensky keeps it in. Puts that to Clark. Makes an excellent pass. And now here's Magdalensky down the wing. Carvada. The Wolves will knock that away. Clark intercepts that pass. Tries to throw that to a teammate. It was knocked away, but we'll go back to the Red Leafs here. Lowen. Back to Smith, who makes a cool, calm, and collected play to get that back to Beaudry. And then ends up having to play it out of bounds with pressure. 18:30 to go. Red Leafs up by 2.
Number 6 by number 11, Additional Western Oregon substitution coming in number 2. Back Oregon Eagles going in for number 1.
Ball thrown in. Crossing attempt is deflected by Magdalensky, and now Clark will clear that to midfield. Race for the ball here, and ball's just played back there. And then hit out of bounds by Salanoa. Now here's Western Oregon. Ball played onto the middle, and LaFontaine, great job there. Jumping in front of that one. Clearing it. Out of trouble. Ball played out of bounds there. Beaudry will throw it in. Nope, they're actually going to say that went off of the Red Leafs. Mickle will throw it in. Ball headed on, but then cleared just short of midfield. Ball played on to the left wing. And looks to be a little bit long. That'll be out for a goal kick here for Sarah Lowen. Out there off of the Wolves for a corner kick. played on into the box and foul called. Salanoa will take the free kick and drive that into Redley's territory, headed around. Western Oregon comes away with that, trying to chip that through. And now an aggressive challenge by Fairmother draws the referee's attention. Susie Garcia checking back in for Western Oregon. And cross is well out of play here, out again for a goal kick. Ball played to midfield and knocked around here. Western Oregon comes up with it. Here they come. And a little miscommunication there on a pass to the left wing, and again out for a goal kick. Lowen will play that short to Simpson. Simpson will then play that out of bounds. Ball thrown in quickly by Western Oregon. Western Oregon needs one quick to get back in this. Down by 2. Ball played into the box just a little bit long, and Sarah Lowen will take some time off the clock before covering that one. Pushing her teammates downfield. Letting that one rip. All the way down in Wolves territory. Excellent job by Lowen to kill some clock. Ball played across the field. Clark cuts that one off, and now here the Red Leafs on the counter. Ball played a little bit too long for Faramo there. She'll continue to try to track down. There's Clark. Magdalinski. Excellent challenge again. Foster taking that away. Foster has been very, very stout on the defensive end for the Wolves all game long. Thrown in. Played off of Magdalinski. Still with it, Western Oregon, and I'm going to say that went off of Magdalinski and out. Throw in intercepted by SFU. They'll clear that down to Foster. Now here is Foster, who won that ball unfairly. Referee blows plays down, and this will be a throw, or sorry, not a throw-in. What am I talking about? A free kick. for the Red Leafs. Under 10 to go here. SFU up by 2. Here's Clark. She'll put that one into the box, looking for a teammate and just a little long. Oh, and mishandled by the keeper and put in. A lucky break as Sarah Caravata puts SFU up 4-1, and surely that's going to do it here with 9:13 to play in this match. Salanoa looked like she read that perfectly, and it just, I don't know if it got lost in the fog, but she just missed the ball as it bounced onto her, and Sarah Caravata made no mistake. 4-1. SFU pressing, looking for more. Sherwood had that taken away. They get it back here. Looking for a hat trick and rolled that right on to Salanoa. Caravata, 2 goals on the night. On the afternoon, rather. Here's Western Oregon as they continue to fight to the final whistle here. Ball played on and to the side of the net, out for a goal kick. Lowen will drive that just short of midfield. And barring a miracle here, SFU is going to improve to 8-0-2 overall in the season and 4-0-1 in conference play. Red Leafs have not lost all year. Continue building on what was a very stellar season last year. Napier Ganley there, a little too aggressive on her challenge. Referee blows things down. Played into the box, and Lowen anticipates that and snags that out of midair. Simon Fraser making the most out of their first 2 home games, winning the first of these 2 matchups this week, 2-1 over St. Martin's on Thursday, and then winning decisively here again today. Free kick here in prime position for Western Oregon. A little misdirection here. Shot on long, right to Lowen. Here's Clark. Clark on the middle to Kroc. That was taken away, but Clark fights for it and gets it back. Western Oregon back with possession. They'll throw that long, and Napier Ganley, excellent job to take that away. Here's Caravata. Plays that off a Western Oregon defender. Physical play there on the sideline. Or at least will come up with that, knock that out of bounds. .218 to go here. Here's Clark playing that long down the right side, and Caravata will chase onto that, but Western Oregon will get there first. They turn it over. Caravata plays that into the box and taken away again. Betted around, Radley's back with it. Now it's Clark. Clark with the drive on, and easy save there for Salanoa. Here's some space here. Played onto the box. Nice pass. Chance, and that is just over. Good opportunity. Almost chipped that up and over Sarah Lowen, but just off the mark. Western Oregon with a free kick here will try to cut into this lead here. One last opportunity with 23 to go. Play that into the box. That's deflected off to the right wing. Battle for it in the corner. SFU will come away with that and clear that. Pass midfield. Ball played on. Now here's a little bit of a chance here laid, and Smith comes and recovers. And that's going to do it here. 4-1 victory for the Red Leafs over the Western Oregon University Wolves in what was a great matchup that was unfortunately covered in fog, and fans were unable to see for most of it. Maybe a setting better set for a Halloween movie, as it is into October now, but a good game nonetheless, and Simon Fraser will look to carry this momentum on their season. Western Oregon will look to reset with their next game after their second straight loss on what has been a very strong season for them regardless. Thank you for joining us on GNAC Network. We will see you next time.
See you